Alright guys, the house is done. Well, okay, it's not done, but the outside is done. We just have some excavating to do around the outside and a little sprucing up on the front porch, plus the lights and garage doors, but the work on the part of our builders is done. So are you guys ready for the big reveal? Let's go. All right, guys, and welcome back. Let me know what you thought of the big reveal. We're not sure yet exactly which version of the video we're going to show you yet. But either way, the house, I think, looks spectacular. What are your thoughts so far, Eric?
Yeah, it's getting good. Every little bit we add to it, Yeah.
I feel like Eric said, every stage, it begins to take a little bit more shape. And Eric wants to show his newest acquisition.
These are some of the lights. We'll can unbox them later, I guess.
You want to do it later?
Sure.
At the end of the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned for that. So, I mean, the build, I know a lot of you guys had asked about the time frame. It took a little bit longer than we were expecting. A couple months later.
Yeah, this just getting pushed back by contractors and stuff.
Yeah.
Just hard to get everything coordinated, I guess.
Get everything coordinated, lined up, getting a good system going. But looking at the overall spectrum of what other people have had to deal with, I think we honestly were pretty blessed that we didn't have to have backlogged windows or backlogged doors, or so that definitely saved us on that end of the spectrum.
I think the biggest thing, contractors try to stay busy, and so they're picking up other jobs.
Right.
If they're waiting for one thing, they don't want to just sit there and wait, and they want to go do something else to make money. And then when you get your stuff in, then you're waiting for them to get done with their other job they picked up. So I understand, with them just trying to make money,
Yeah, I got to keep food on the table. So, but overall, I mean, it ended up well. We got everything closed in before the snow hit, which was the main concern. Had a little bit of rain, but that wasn't too bad. So, are you ready for the numbers?
I kind of am. I kind of have an idea. I mean, I know where we started out, and I know where we're kind of at.
So to give you guys a little bit of perspective, I wasn't even sure if Eric was going to agree to do this video because he gets really panicky when you start talking about, money being spent.
Hey, I'm a tightwad. Yeah. But it's crazy. After you build a house, like, you kind of get numb to spending money. It's like, it's almost like Monopoly money after a while. Just like, here you go.
Check.
Here you go. Check. Yeah, it's like, and that's very hard for me because I do not like to spend money. I am definitely a saver. I like to have money saved aside.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't catch it, this is a 100% debt-free build. That's why it's taken so long to get started. We had to wait for the prices on stuff to come down. We had to wait for saving up enough money and Eric to get enough guts to start spending it. Mm-hmm. Which I think, I don't know, maybe he fell out of bed one day and just woke up with amnesia and just said, hey, let's build a house.
It was two choices. It was early retirement or build a house.
So
I don't know if I made the right decision or not.
So it definitely caught me off guard. So without further ado, this is the list that I have compiled. Now we had, what was our original proposed budget for just the shell, not including the utilities?
We wanted to be, my goal is to have 250.
Okay. So we were figuring 250 for the shell and then another 100,000 to finish the inside?
I think 100,000.
All right, so we have a ballpark figure. Now I'm going to give you guys another figure. The very first company that we started working with, if you remember way back with the ugly lumber delivery, was Builder's First Source. And we actually, the one good thing that they did, they had a very meticulous breakdown of everything that would cost to have this house finished, almost fully finished, outside and inside. Did not include kitchen appliances, did not include kitchen stuff, bathroom stuff. It included flooring.
No mechanicals. It had drywall on there, but it didn't have like your plumbing and electrical. And
so that quote came out to, for just materials, $138,000. That's out the door, everything. Like I said, flooring, drywall, insulation. Now, the insulation for that was actually going to be the fiberglass stuff. And that was going to be blown in. I think the roof was blown in, and then the walls were fiberglass. And that was with a shingle roof. That was not a metal roof. And that was with vinyl siding.
I think they did like blown in cellulose insulation for this ceiling. Which
I think that's what it was.
That's the cheapest way to insulate and get the most R value.
So for this house, the very cheapest way that they had calculated out to build it was $138,000 for just materials, no utilities. Okay, keep that number, write it down somewhere. So here's what we have, guys. Okay, grading. We're breaking it down with everything here. Grading the area to put the basement in. $10,890.
That was digging the
That's
basement.
Excavation, yeah.
Does that include the final, or the, what do they call that?
The final grade? I don't know. That's just the bill we had.
Okay. Because I think the final grade is like 3,000.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just going through the bills that we had. This is what we've spent thus far. So $10,890. Concrete walls and flat work. You guys ready?
Oh, man. This is where it gets expensive.
$36,645. So
that's not all the concrete.
That was all the concrete.
No.
Well, except for the garage. We'll get to that. But that was all the concrete.
No.
Okay, so we have this shell. The labor to frame the shell of the house, not including the garage, was $22,968. The labor for the garage was $6,120. Now, the garage cement work along with the porch, we had that done through our contractor. That was $8,000 for the cement on those two items. The trusses came to $9,750, and the roof trusses were $12,000. So just a little bit more than the floor trusses.
And these were upgraded floor trusses too.
Yeah, we didn't go with the I-joists. No.
I went with the more expensive trusses.
And what are they called?
They're just floor trusses.
I think they have a name. Specific name.
I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah, we didn't go with the I-beam trusses. We went with the upgraded trusses for both of them, for both the roof and the floor. So that was a little bit of an upcharge. All right, let's move on to the exterior shell. We have the standing seam metal roof. The standing seam metal roof, we also went with an upgraded coating. We went with the matte, and it had an extra finish on it too to help protect the metal. Now that for the materials was $13,000 for the roof, the entire roof.
And we went with a snap lock.
We went with the highest quality that we could get in our area. Now, the labor to install that was $3,120. The soffit cost us $4,000, and the labor on that was $2,532. Now, that was a little bit more, probably because we went with a special order metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rosewood. Yeah, so that was a little bit of an upcharge as opposed to basic black.
Well, the soffits are large too. I mean, your standard soffit are like 1 foot. These are 3 feet.
2 feet and 3 feet. Yeah, that's true. They were larger than most soffits. The siding. So we had 2 kinds of siding. We had the charcoal, the gray stuff, and then we had the rosewood, which is the faux wood siding. Now, the faux wood siding, that ran us $3,358, and the charcoal siding ran us $19,682. And the labor to install all of the siding on the house was $11,700.
So the rosewood, we got a really good deal on that because we checked other companies like who's that local company right here? But they were like between 11 and 15,000.
Yeah, there was a local company here in the Grand Rapids area.
Really nice product though.
Very nice product, yeah. But like, what was it? 10 times the price?
It was like so expensive. I was like, I don't think we can afford this.
What was it going to cost? Like $20,000 to do that corner?
It was a lot.
Instead of $3,000.
No, it was between 10 and 15,000 somewhere.
Okay, still a lot more.
Yeah, luckily we found that Amish company that could special order the material and roll it right out on site.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of other Michigan families reach out about that rosewood color, asking, what it's called. And
yeah, it's called plank siding, and it's expensive.
But it's the new modern look that you're going to start seeing in a lot of houses, especially commercial buildings, but houses too. It's going to be the new wave of siding for houses, I think, in the future. Okay, utilities. We have HVAC, which includes the rough-in, the labor, the parts, the heat pump, and the furnace. That was $16,500. Yep. The plumbing,
our first quote on HVAC.
30,000.
Yes, it was like double.
It was a lot more.
Yes, it was a company Suzanne found, and I was like, we went out to eat, and the guy had his ad on the restaurant.
And the menu.
On the restaurant menu, and I called him up, and
Pays to advertise, guys. So for plumbing, I didn't have any bills for that, but I remembered it was
about
pretty
the same
close.
as HVAC.
Yeah, so I had 17,000 conservatively listed for them. Electrical. Now, electrical, we use the buddy of our neighbor. He's a commercial electrician, and he's moving into residential. So his contact information is in the video description.
Yep.
Super smart guy. Just
him and his brother are both master electricians.
Yeah, they know their stuff. They're so easy to work with. Nothing bad to say at all.
Yeah, so I paid him $6,500 labor, and then I bought all the material, all the wire, and there's a lot of wire that went in this house. I think it was around 6,000 feet of wire or something.
Is that it? I thought it was more than that.
It was a lot.
We have a lot of lights, guys. We have a lot of lights.
I found breakers. I just had to buy breakers. $1,000 for breakers because there's new codes out there.
Yeah, so you guys if you're building your own house and you are doing everything yourself, there's a lot to read up on with codes.
These are all brand new
just passed
codes
this year.
Yeah, a lot of breakers that are $60 a piece. Adds up quick.
Okay, some of the miscellaneous things that we also had, we had to have our septic pumped. That was another $500. We had plumbing permits, $161. We had a township permits, which was $2,000. We had a porta potty rental. That came to $1,400. Windows and doors. The total cost, I think it was like $33,000 for everything altogether.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because the Marvin windows.
For the doors.
Everything windows and doors.
Yeah. With the doors, yeah.
So the Marvin windows, that was $21,200 plus the big window behind us. That was $3,900. Eric bought some doors on Facebook Marketplace for a total of what, $1,500?
$900 a piece. $1,800.
Okay.
One of them was a $6,000 Pella French door.
Yeah, they're both really expensive doors.
Both of them are Pella doors, yeah.
So we have that. Our front door we got at Home Depot. That was $6,000. Oh, the total of all of those. The total of everything from Home Depot was $6,130.
That's for all the doors.
Yeah, sorry. I had the total on here.
Which we got a really good deal on that front door. I priced them out a lot, and they were between $6,000 and $8,000 for 8-foot front door. And
it was
I think I got
$4,000.
It was $3,000 something, $3,900 maybe,
yeah,
$3,500.
The other thing we had the SkyTrack rental. So we had that rented for 3 months.
No, just a month rental.
Just a month.
I want to say it was around $2,300 maybe.
Okay, and then I have a whole spectrum of all the receipts that we've saved from Menards and all of the other building companies. Just for reference, that big front wall, we had that done through Builders First Source. It was disaster lumber, of course. That was $4,000 for the material for that wall.
Design lady thought it'd be best if we had it
professionally engineered.
Yeah. Because the height is so tall.
Which, again, I would recommend that if you guys are going to go with a very tall structure, have somebody professionally CAD design it and then have an engineer look at the prints.
I believe we had Weeks engineer it, but they used LSL 2x6s, which costs a lot more than your traditional 2x6.
Right. They're supposed to be able to flex a little bit better without snapping.
They're straight.
Right. Yeah, they're not going to be bowed like a long 2x4 would be. All right, so here's the grand total. We have, for materials, we have $97,224.
Does that include our insulation or anything?
That does not include insulation, no, because this is just for the shell. So no insulation, no drywall for that quote. The insulation for the roof, the spray foam, that was, I think, $11,000. So not too bad for the roof insulation. Total labor costs, $140,475. Sorry, I can't say numbers today. And then the total for the windows and doors out the door was $34,000. CAD cost us $1,000. And the grand total, without the drywall, without the insulation, $246,000 in $3. So $246,000. If you want to minus out the utilities, which again we hadn't included in this, $210,000. All right, so that's what we have into the house thus far. So thus far, it seems like we are definitely staying within budget. We have another 1.5 years to get this done. So
sounds like you're crying.
I can't.
I'm the one that should be crying.
I'm not. I'm choking so bad right now. I'm like, the coughing is killing me. All right, so eventually we'll finish up all the drywall and the insulation, and my sinuses will be a lot better. Anyway, so put your guesses down below of what you think the final out-the-door product is going to be. And Eric's giving me weird looks because my voice is cracking like a 13-year-old boy. All right, so you want to show us this light? So a lot of these Amazon lights ship out in pairs. Oh, it's got stuff inside of it.
I don't know if they're brushed, but it's kind of satiny. What do you think? Looks kind of cool, and it's censored for.
Yeah.
Comes on automatically, and that look good. Like it?
I guess so. So these are going to be our backlights
Yeah.
and side porch lights. So the idea with these is that it's going to give more lights.
And I
all
think it's just a
over.
paint, like a gold paint.
Probably so.
Yeah, right?
There it is.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite part was about this entire build series. We're going to be continuing in on the work on the inside. My goal is to have every room completely finished before we move on to the next room. We are going to go through and drywall everything first, and then we're going to start fleshing out each individual room. So give us all of your tips and tricks and any ideas you have as far as color schemes and design goes, because we are going to be designing the snot out of this house. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Take care. Bye.